Well, Marlene, what are you doing? I am sawing with my saw. So why are you shouting? I'm not shouting. Oh, sorry. Ha, that's why. Uh, we are today playing with the saw, and that's not a toy. So playing is the wrong word, but we're playing in the forest. So, I would like to tell you a bit about security and personal protection when you're working with the chainsaw. Now, first of all, my gear. Well, most importantly today is my hat. And I'm gonna put it down and gonna show you the features of the hat. Ooh, and the little dog who doesn't like me running the chainsaw. But you can run with your stick. On this hat, you have a hard hat, you have the ear protection, and you have the visor that goes down. It's a net. It's not a screen, but yeah, you would call it a screen. And you would think that wouldn't protect you from sawdust and stuff, but it does. I hardly ever get anything in my eyes. Now, what is most important about a hard hat like this, of course, it protects you from above when you are felling down trees. But Malena, you're not felling down trees today. You're just standing down here. Yes, but the important feature is this. Beep, beep. The rim. The rim is one of the most important things of the hard hat. Because when we are working with the chainsaw, we are wielding a lot of muscle. And this one, the chainsaw, is stronger than the logs. You know, it just cuts through the logs like butter. So it has a lot of power. This one is not a very big saw. And that's on purpose because I'm not very strong. So when I work with the chainsaw, I want it to be as light as possible. And this one weighs, I think it's 2.5 kilos, around that. I can certainly feel the difference. No, it's more. Maybe it's 4 kilos, 4.2 kilos. Maybe it is. But I can feel the difference of a saw weighing 4 kilos and a saw weighing 6 kilos. That's absolutely certain. Now, what it can do when you are running it, you have your one hand out here, the other hand is on the accelerator here. And you're holding it in a good grip and you're cutting. But if you cut into something in the log, it can be a knot. It can be sometimes an old nail that somebody for some reason put in it in the forest. Old fence post and stuff like that. But mostly it will be a knot or a weird growth in the tree. The chainsaw will do, as we call it, kick back. And when a chainsaw kicks back, it means that it kicks up that way. And what is up that way? Well, your face is. So, a kickback of a saw. I'm going to see if I can put this down and show you a little bit better what I'm talking about. I'll just put the camera down here. When I saw like this, I have my left hand here, I have my right hand on the accelerator. If I cut into something that it doesn't want to cut into right away, the chain is going that way around. So when it draws into that, and especially if the tip out here catches something, it'll kick back that way and it'll hit me right in the middle of my forehead. That's why I always wear a hat. Now I see a lot of American videos, and I noticed that your forest hats are just the round ones, but also with a rim. And then I guess you have additional ear protection. This one I find to be very, very clever because it has the visor on that I just cut down here, flip it down, and then it has a double edge here. It has a rim on the visor, and it has the rim on the hard hat, and then it has the ear protection attached to it. And you can just flip them up here when you want people to hear what you're saying. You don't want ear protection, and you flip this one up so you can see what you're doing. Yeah, I like that hat. So what I should be wearing are chaps or my saw pants. I have trousers that I put on, like, you know, with, I don't know what you call it, suspenders up all the way. I forgot to bring them to this job. So, and I do have my my cutting boots. I'm not wearing them either. I'm just wearing my normal leather boots. And could the saw cut through them? Absolutely, with like a hot knife through butter. So I should be wearing the others. But right now I'm not walking around the forest cutting anything down here. When I am, I will always be wearing my boots and my chaps. This time, today, I'm only cutting up here in the sawhorse, cutting down through logs that I put up in the sawhorse. And I'm always wearing gloves, not so much for protection as for, and I don't know where they are now. Oh, my gloves, did you eat them? They're over here. Some kind of gloves for grip more than anything else. And these are my weatherproof, my rainproof gloves, and they're good for me because they really hang on tight. But when it's warmer in the weather, when you're cutting in the summer, I normally just have a pair of those cotton gloves with these rubber dots inside or in the palm, and they grip really well. So you don't need it for protection because your hands are almost never going to get hurt because they are attached to the saw. Your hands are here at all times. So where you cut yourself is in the face if you're not wearing a hard hat, or on your legs, or on your toes if you're down there. What I also do every time, I don't know if you saw it, but when I move my position, I lock it. Now that is the lock on the saw. So when I want to open it, when it's running and I want to open it, I have to get my hands up here, click it back. Then it's open and can run. And whenever I take a step to move into another position, I just do this. Click, then it's locked. Then I can, and why do I do that? I do that because that's how I learned to do it. Because any step I take, I can stumble. And if I'm walking with the saw open, that means ready to run, I could accidentally, when I stumble, activate it and fall on it. And that's not good. It's not good to fall on it when it's locked. It's worse to fall on it when it's running, I can tell you that. So that's just a good habit, that every time you shift your feet, you're cutting, and I have to go over here. I lock it, I go over here, open it up, and I'm ready to go again. So if you get that in as a habit, you are well on your way to be safe. when you cut. I'm just looking at my dog. And isn't it dangerous to cut when Sappho is near? Yes, it is. So I'm very, very, very aware of where she is. Of course, my ears are blocked, and I'm very focused on this. But I have frightened her very much with the saw. She doesn't like it when I turn it on. And when I try to turn it on, it needs 2 or 3 draws. And she barks and jumps around when I start doing that. And I shout at her. I really shout loud at her. Go away! So she is a bit frightened of the saw. And she gets a bit frightened of me when I start the saw. But that's only when I initially started. And then she just goes away. And then she plays for herself. She doesn't want to come near. And yeah, is that a very pedagogical tactic? I don't know that it is, but it works. And I want her to be afraid. Not of me, but afraid of the saw. I don't want her near the saw. It's okay that she's afraid of the saw. I don't want a frightened dog or a scared dog or a dog that doesn't want to examine new things. But I do want her to be afraid of the saw. So that's my doing of it. I'm not a dog whisperer. I never had a dog before, but I realized that I can't lock her in the house every time I'm working with the saw, because she can be out here. Why not? She should be outdoors like me. But of course, when I'm felling down trees, that's too dangerous, because then I can't control where she is. But when I'm standing by the sawhorse and just cutting little rounds of wood, then I can control where she is, and I can control that she's getting away from me. Why am I wearing this? It's simply because the hat is cold. The rim, the band of the hat, when I put it on, is a bit cold, so I'm a little bit cold. Now I'm just gonna turn you around again and show you that this is a very, very dangerous workplace. So before I cut any more of this, I'm gonna clean up around my sawhorse, because this is not allowed to be around here. Because when I just move my feet a little bit, I could stumble on one of these and fall over fall into this one, fall down on the saw, or have the saw fall on me. Never ever have clutter around your sawhorse or your workstation. So that's just the goodbye from us right now, and we'll go on sawing and gnawing. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye, Sappho. Bye-bye, everyone. I'll see you on the next one.